Cold front today, and this front means business. Our first fall front of the year arrives around 3 o'clock. Gusty winds, much cooler by tomorrow.
The words owning a home and sheep don't always go together, but coming up on GMSA, we're talking about what's on your ballot that could potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars.
And downtown construction is back. Coming up, we'll give you more details on the areas you have to look out for.
And right now, you're taking a live look this morning at Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa moving closer to the island as we speak. This looks a lot different from what it did earlier at 5. Justin Horn will explain how this massive storm really is coming up.
From Binyama, the shovel pass. Castle from Castle Hills.
Okay, Castle from Castle Hills. Jacob Toby there, Spurs announcer. All right, your Spurs are now 4-0 with a win over the Raptors. This morning, we're going to tell you what the head coach, Mitch Johnson, is saying about this big win.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to everyone out there. It is Tuesday. I'm RJ Marquez.
Yes, and I'm Daphne Gray. We got to get right out to the outside because a lot of people are looking forward to this cold front you've been talking about, the temperatures, and the fact that we might need to wear those cute little jackets tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool, crisp, almost cold as we finish out the week. So yes, there are changes headed our way. It starts with a front today. Now, in the meantime, do know that it'll be a little foggy this morning. It'll be humid. If you're walking out the door right now, it is not cool. We've got temperatures in the low 70s. So this front does not get here until 3 p.m. But when it does, it turns windy. It'll be about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow. We start off in the low 50s. We end up with a high in the upper 60s. So much cooler, windy, and a fire danger. Now put that in all caps because it will be very important tomorrow. Then we could be looking at some pretty chilly temperatures by Thursday morning, potentially a close call on a freeze there in the hill country. So there is a lot to get to. And it all hinges, of course, on that cold front that we've been talking about. I do want to take a look at visibilities, though, because they have been falling and starting to see visibility come down a little bit here in San Antonio. If we do see some fog, shouldn't last too long this morning, but it could affect some of the morning commutes. So we do want to watch that. So far, it's been okay. Forecast. A lot of clouds this morning. Then we break out to mostly clear skies by noontime. 88 is going to be our high. That happens around 2 or 3 o'clock before that front arrives. And then once the front arrives, you'll see temperatures start to drop. We'll be in the low 80s at 4 o'clock, and it turns windy. Gusts to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. We're going to break all of this down for you and get you set for the next couple days. Coming up in just a couple minutes. But let's get out to the roads now and see how things are.
All right, thank you very much for that, Justin. Let's go ahead and start your 6 o'clock hour with your inbound drive times. And you see the biggest delay we're seeing at the moment, 36 minutes coming in from Bernie on I-10. I'm going to keep an eye on this situation here because usually we don't see that kind of delay at this part of the morning for all of our folks in Bernie, but no reported accidents or incidents right now on the northwest side of town. Everything else is looking pretty good right now. 24 minutes coming in from Pleasanton, 19 coming in from Bulverde. We do have some slowdowns right here on the northeast side of town. This is going to be 35 going northbound at the 410 interchange right there in the Austin Highway area. And a little bit further up the road, we are still seeing some backups here. 35 north at Weidner Road, basically backing up traffic all the way past O'Connor, 2000 Oaks. So 35 northbound, seeing the biggest delays at the moment. 25 minute to 30-minute delays right now for all of our folks making their way in this part of town. But we also have some construction closures that we need to tell you about. So let's check in with Alex Gomez right now, who's kind of navigating the downtown area with the very latest. So what is the latest for our drivers there, Alex?
RJ, good morning. Well, check it out. This is the area right here, the new area of construction downtown. It's going to be on 35 northbound, and it's going to take place on the upper level. So the right lanes are going to be blocked from I-10 all the way up to McCullough right here. You can see the lanes dwindling down, and this is going to affect our drivers coming up from the south side. Also, if you're coming down from the northwest side, if you're leaving I-10 to exit 35 north, you're going to see this as well. And sadly, there's already been an accident because of the new traffic pattern. So just know that it started this morning and it's going to last throughout the whole month of November, RJ.
Okay, so not some great news there for our drivers downtown. We'll check in on that situation throughout the rest of our 6 o'clock hour. Well, this morning, our top story, a grieving family's fight for safety is finally paying off.
And this is in regard to a stretch of Southeast Military Drive that neighbors say is dangerous. Well, KSAT, we continue checking in on the neighbors on this morning. Changes there are finally being visible. KSAT has now confirmed that the city added new lights to this crosswalk on Southeast Military between Old Corpus Christi and South Presa. VIA also moved its bus stop in the eastbound lanes to be closer to that crosswalk. And we're told that this was done to help increase the safety of the corridor. Remember, this was where 2 people, including a pregnant woman, were hit and killed just 2 months ago.
The city listened and they heard our outcries and the community fought.
Yeah, the city says that people walking on Southeast Military Drive can expect the lights over the crosswalk to be able to turn red in the next 2 weeks.
And this morning, still gathering some details on a tense situation at a Northside ISD campus. You see it right there after a girl walked into Warren High School carrying 3 weapons. District leaders say that she got in through the main doors, even though she is not or was not a student. They say that she told staff she wanted to register, but when things did not seem right, school officials called police. Officers confronted her as she tried to leave. That's when they found those weapons. Now, no one was hurt, fortunately, but parents and students say that this is a reminder of just how quickly things can turn serious on campus.
What's some of your classmates and friends saying about the whole situation?
That it could have been worse, but that they're glad that nothing escalated to that point.
I'm shocked. I was just like trying to process this because you heard it before us, and for me to hear from KSAT, I was like, wait, what? I have 2 students.
Well, school officials told us that there was no ongoing threat to students or staff. The girl's identity has not been released because she is a minor.
Good morning, San Antonio. So far, more than 76,000 of you have made your voices heard with early voting. And this year, there's a lot more on the ballot than just a new arena for the Spurs. There are tens of billions of dollars that could be on the way in property homestead tax exemptions for Texans across the state. There's a lot of different propositions that are on the ballot this year, depending on if you're a veteran, if you are elderly or disabled and own a home. But the one that's going to apply to everyone is Proposition 13. That's taking the number of your homestead property tax exemption number from $100,000 to $140,000. That number is the amount that local taxing entities like school districts cannot tax you for when it comes to your property tax bill. This comes after some different voters have approved another proposition back in 2023 that raised exemptions for property taxes by $60,000, and it passed in Texas by a wide margin. Texans across the state have reported their property taxes rising without necessarily improving the structure or contents of your home. That's because the land is what's getting more valuable in most of these cases. So that number going from $100,000 to $140,000 would mean that you would not be able to get taxed on the first $140,000 values in your home. I was able to speak with one property tax expert who loves looking at different exemptions and ways that she can help homeowners, and says people have been coming to her for a while now, saying this is getting to be a much bigger problem.
And it's not a taboo anymore to talk about property taxes. I think maybe a long time ago it was. Now it seems to be, in sometimes, the talk of the town. I think a lot of people feel they've gotten out of hand.
This year, there are also some other propositions on the ballot that include homestead exemptions and increase them for elderly or disabled homeowners, and some exemptions for small businesses. We've all got it online at ksat.com/vote. And in the meantime, before this even has the chance to become a law, if you think you might be qualifying for some different property tax homestead exemptions and you don't know if you're already taking advantage of them, the Bexar County Tax Assessor's Office encourages you to give them a call and see if there's anything they can help you with to get that bill number lower. If you want to go make your voice heard, you have until Friday for early voting. Polls are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. before the big election taking place on November 4th. I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Then Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai joined the KSAT Q&A on last night to talk about Prop A and Prop B. You see him right there. He says that they're going to be a game-changing opportunity for San Antonio. Prop B would allow the county to apply the venue tax toward $311 million in partial funding for a new downtown Spurs arena. And Proposition A proposes raising hotel tax and rental car tax from 125 to 2%. It will also distribute that money toward the Freeman Coliseum, Frost Bank Center, and San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. It's something that Sakai is very passionate about.
No, that's the reason why Proposition A is vital for the revitalization at East Side. And I've made that very clear when this first opportunity came.
Yeah, he emphasized last night that no matter the outcome, we must come together as a community in unity. You can watch that entire Q&A online right now, KSAT.com and the KSAT News app. You have a few days to vote early still in Bexar County. We got at least 76,000 people casted their vote already. It's early so far. Last day to early vote is happening this Friday, October the 31st. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. And again, if you're looking to vote but don't want to wait in line, we can help you with that as well. Got the busiest polling places in Bexar County right there on your screen. Brook Hollow Branch Library, Lions Field Adult and Senior Center, and Igo Branch Library. And the slowest are St. Philip's College, Frank Garrett Multi-Service Center, and Macedonia Baptist Church.
Let's start with live cam. It is 6:09, 72 degrees. We've got some foggy conditions this morning, very humid. As we go outside with live cam, not seeing a whole lot out there, but we are watching a cold front that will be sliding through later today. We've got that forecast for you and the cooler air headed our way coming up.
We're just 30 days from the big Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner, and the call for volunteers is right now. This morning, we're going to tell you how to be a part of this incredible community event.
The same healthcare service and good that you bought last year is going to be higher.
Well, your paycheck and health insurance could take a major hit next year. Why benefit costs are rising at the fastest pace in 15 years and what you can do before enrollment ends.
And a warning for parents this Halloween. Police seeing candy that looks just like that real thing, but could contain THC or even hallucination mushrooms. We'll show you what to look for to keep trick-or-treating safe and fun. All right, so we are 30 days from Thanksgiving. The 46th annual Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner Community Feed is coming up. That's what our Patty Santos is working on. But we'll get to that here in a little bit. But first and foremost, I want to talk to you guys about this particular story that we're working on. As we enter the last few days of National Disability Employment Awareness Month, we got to crunch some numbers. So if you're looking at your screen right now, you would see only 22.7% of people with disabilities ages 16 and older were employed in 2024. This one right here is a lot smaller compared to 65.5% of people employed without disabilities. Well, the Bureau also found that the common obstacles people with disabilities face when trying to find a job, those include discrimination, lack of education, lack of physical accessibility, among other things that may relate to the person's disability. Research also shows that many employers still perceive cost productivity or accommodation needs as a significant hiring risk for people who are disabled. But organizations like Goodwill San Antonio making sure that people faced with these kind of obstacles are given a shot in the workforce. This Say Yes employer empowers people of all abilities to find purpose and independence through work. And a clear example of that is Yesenia here, who has an invisible disability, deafness. When was it that you got your very first official job?
A lot of time for me to. It's a lot of challenges that I experienced trying to fill out application after application and not getting any calls back. And when I saw that Goodwill had posted this job for a photographer, I didn't realize it at the time, but they don't have any problem hiring people with disabilities here at Goodwill. They're very open to it. So I went ahead and applied and I got a call and I was like, oh, okay.
Now, tomorrow on GMSA, you're going to learn more about her. You're going to see, with the help of Goodwill San Antonio, just how she's proving to others with disabilities that anything is possible and how she's sending a strong message to employers to never judge.
Hey there, good morning. So we are 30 days away from Thanksgiving and the 46th annual Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner Community Feed. This is video of that feed last year. You can see how much fun they're having out there. But if you've ever wanted to be a part of it as a volunteer, the call for volunteers opens up later this afternoon. This year, organizers are preparing to serve more people as they continue to see an increase over the past few years of people needing help. Organizers are so grateful that they secured a lot of donations earlier this year. Now, aside from the event, they will also deliver 4,500 meals to those people who are homebound.
And then with the way things are now, loss of wages, increase in food costs, I think it has come time for us to expect more folks even this year. And so behind the scenes, not only are we pricing out and coordinating to prepare more meals, several thousand more meals this year, to ensure that we have enough for everyone that walks in the door.
Those turkeys look good, don't they? Okay, we're going to have more of that interview with Patricia Jimenez later today. We're also going to be live streaming at 10 a.m. the official Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner Kickoff. And to sign up to volunteer, that process opens up at 1 p.m. today at rauljimenezdinner.com/volunteer.
All right, thank you, Patty. Of course, the Jimenez Dinner, one of our great traditions here in San Antonio. All right, traffic right now. Take a look. We are seeing some major backups for all of our drivers coming inbound on 10. That's because we have a new closure, I-10 Martin Street all the way up to McCullough. They're working on the upper two right-handed lanes right there of the upper level. So this is going to be in place through the rest of it next month, not October. We're talking about November. And the northeast side of town, traffic also starting to build here after some overnight construction here. 35 at the 410 interchange. We'll check in just a little bit at the situation a little bit further up the road at O'Connor Road and Weidner. Justin, how are we looking outside this morning?
Well, we have a little bit of fog in spots, but that really is not the big story. We're going to get rid of this humidity that's in place right now. And I know it's warm out there. We've had a really warm month, but things are about to change and change in a big way. Temperatures at this hour, 72, 69 in New Braunfels, 72 in Converse. So if you're heading out the door right now, do know that, yes, it's humid and warm. You don't really need a coat, but tomorrow morning, you will, and here's why. Cold front comes through. We think around 2 or 3 o'clock today, so as it slides through San Antonio, it will start to drop temperatures, but the thing you'll notice more so this afternoon are some very gusty winds that are expected to kick in behind this front, and those winds will be around through tomorrow. So hour by hour here, some patchy fog this morning, 72 at 9 o'clock, 83 at noontime, and look for a high again around 2 or 3 o'clock where we hit the upper 80s, and then from there, temperatures fall. 77 at 5 o'clock. It turns windy. We could see some gusts at 30 miles per hour. And it will be a big cool down tomorrow. 88 today, but about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow. Windy. There is going to be a pretty high fire danger tomorrow afternoon because wind gusts really start to kick in. So this afternoon, I think we'll see some gusts 25 to 30. Overnight tonight, gusts 35, maybe even up to 40 in some cases. And winds will stay very gusty tomorrow, too. And this is going to drive in some dry air. So the fire danger tomorrow is extreme. This is as bad as it gets. You see on the scale there, this dark red. That is the worst of the worst. So any fire that develops tomorrow could spread very quickly, and that's why there are some major concerns on Wednesday. Meantime, Thursday morning, we drop all the way down to 41 here in San Antonio. Some places in the hill country could approach freezing. Hard to believe, but that's where we're headed. So yes, dig out the coats, have them ready. It's about to be a pretty cool stretch here. 68 tomorrow, 72 Thursday. Halloween, 75. And look for a chance of some showers showing up on Thursday. But this this 7-day forecast more reminiscent of fall.
Okay, thank you very much, Justin. 621 right now, 73 degrees outside.
All right, this Halloween, not all candy is what it seems. Police warn that some treats may contain THC, hallucinogens, looking almost identical to regular candy. Up next, how parents can spot the dangers.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Halloween candy warning.
Look for unusual symbols, unusual odors, anything that may indicate this isn't normal. And if you're a child and you're not sure what you have, go to an adult.
One Michigan police department warning some counterfeit candy and snacks, like the ones pictured here, can look quite similar to the real thing and may contain THC or hallucinogenic mushroom products.
We thought to ourselves, wow, if a group of trained investigators looked at this and didn't pay any attention, what's your average kid going to do on Halloween? And we just felt we wanted to get this message out there to parents and children to be vigilant this Halloween season.
Police say the brands shown are not behind the fake products. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have what to look out for to keep your trick-or-treating safe and fun. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
All right, your pollen count very quickly. Molds are low at 440, ragweed low at 10. That was yesterday's count. We'll have the new one in about an hour. Your Just Ask Justin question this morning, if you wanted to weigh in, it has to do with hurricanes. Of course, we've been talking about Melissa. Which of these locations has been hit by the most Category 4 or 5 hurricanes? Is it Florida, Cuba, Bahamas, or Louisiana? Weigh in. KSAT.com/polls. Scan the QR code. We'll have that answer coming up.
Right now, eggs are cheaper, but get this, their mother turkey may be a bit more expensive going into the Thanksgiving month. The latest on the inflation reports and what they're projecting for your grocery stores. Plus, this little guy right here just got a whole lot bigger because if you're taking a journey to Bernie, you might find yourself at a new Buc-ee's gas station in the near future. But we talk about the adjustments that had to be made for City Council to give the green light.
Today's cold front means business. Look at the lows we're expecting Thursday morning. Some places in the Hill Country could get near freezing.
Open enrollment is back for you to change or renew your healthcare plans for next year, but we talk about the possible sticker shock that you may see no matter what plan you choose.
This year, there's a lot more on the ballot than just the Spurs. And coming up on GMSA, we're going to be talking about how, as a homeowner, you could be saving tens of thousands of dollars with new property tax exemptions.
It's about human decency, the call from San Antonio mothers to change the way crime scenes are treated and cleaned up. I look into their concerns this morning.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Coming up on 6:30 on your Tuesday morning. Got a lot to get to, including getting down with construction downtown with RJ and Alex. But first and foremost, you feel it outside. It's warm now, Justin, but that could change tomorrow.
Well, yeah, and it will start changing as early as this afternoon, Jeff, as a cold front works through the area. But tomorrow morning, you'll really notice the difference. Let's first start with the numbers outside right now. 72 here in San Antonio. We do have some 60s on the map. And look, it's not bad, but still warm and humid for late October. As I said, this is all about to change. You'll find temperatures some 20 degrees cooler by this point tomorrow morning, and we'll have a gusty north wind. So let's talk about the headlines here. That front arrives around 3 o'clock today. It turns windy when the front works through, and then 20 degrees cooler tomorrow. We start off in the 50s. Highs will only be in the 60s. It will be much cooler, windy, and there will be a fire danger. Pretty significant one tomorrow. The other big story is the really cold stuff that fills in by Thursday morning. We'll see winds go light. That allows temperatures to drop. And by Thursday morning, I think we'll be in the low 40s here in San Antonio, but some 30s, potentially near freezing in the Hill Country, if you can believe that. It's been a long time, but that's where we're headed. Forecast for today as you plan out your Tuesday. 83 at noontime, 88 at 2 o'clock. That's actually our high temperature because from there, temperatures will fall behind that front. And as I said, it turns windy. So we got a lot to talk about. Plus, Melissa is wreaking havoc right now in Jamaica. We're going to get you a live look at what's going on there here in just a couple minutes. RJ, what's going on the roads?
All right, Justin, things starting to get very busy as we get you to 6:32. Let's get you out safe on the roads right now. And we're going to start with our inbound drive times. 27 minutes coming in from Casserole right now, 46 minutes coming in from Bernie. But basically, this backup is due to what's happening in the downtown area. Nothing really for all of our drivers on the far northwest side of town. So let's kind of show you a little bit exactly what's what's happening downtown and the surrounding area. First of all, we do have an accident being reported 35 North right here at Alamo Street, but the bigger concern is going to be the backup that we're seeing for all of our inbound traffic on 10 right now. Eastbound traffic stretching all the way up to parts of Woodlawn as well. There's new construction taking place right here north downtown San Antonio area, basically from Martin all the way up to McCullough. This is going to be 35 northbound, and this closure will be affecting the upper level, the two main lanes of the upper level right there at Martin and McCullough. Now let's take you out to the northeast side of town where we do have ongoing construction taking place here as well. Let's check in with Alex right now with the very latest in the northeast side of town. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And most of that construction is actually wrapping up on the northeast side. Check it out for yourself, 35 southbound. This is near Thousand Oaks, and the only slowing that I saw coming down 35 south was near Judson, but that's because crews were still picking up the last of the barrels. So 35 on the northeast side starting to look very good now, RJ.
Okay, good news there, but be careful if you are headed downtown. Let's check in with Devin for one of your top stories this half hour.
So far, more than 76,000 people in San Antonio have made their voice heard for early voting. And there's a lot more on your ballot than just a new arena for the Spurs. There's about $10 billion worth of property tax homestead exemptions that could be on the line for millions of Texans. So there's a lot of different propositions on the ballot, but the one that's going to affect everyone is Proposition 13. That says that it's going to take the annual property tax homestead exemption level from $100,000 to $140,000. That's the number that stops public taxing entities from like school districts from being able to tax you from that number off of your property tax bill. This comes after voters have approved another proposition back in 2023 that raised exemptions for homeowners by $60,000 back then, and it passed by a pretty wide margin. Texans across the state have reported seeing their property taxes rising without necessarily taking steps to improve the structure or quality of their home. The land is what's getting more valuable in most of these cases. So that $140,000 number means you wouldn't be able to get taxed on the first $140,000 of value on your home. I spoke with one homeowner over in the Delview neighborhood who says it's been a big problem in his life and he doesn't want to get forced out of his neighborhood.
The land has gone up more than the structures have here. Yes. And you get so many calls of people that want to buy your property just for the land, not the house. Yeah, the price of the property taxes have gone up and up. For a senior, it kind of worries me, but I think that's how things change, I guess.
This year, there are also some propositions on the ballot that increase homestead exemptions for elderly or disabled homeowners, plus exemptions for small businesses. If you want to see some of those, we've got it for you online at KSAT.com. And when it comes to getting some property tax relief before this could even become a law, well, you can always reach out to the Bexar County Tax Assessor's Office. They say they want to help people out with their property taxes, see if they qualify for any homestead exemptions that they're not already taking advantage of. And when it comes to early voting, you've got until the end of the week to head your way out to the polls. They are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with that final day wrapping up for the election coming up for November 4th. I'll send it back to y'all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
It is police and fire crews who clean that up. But one San Antonio woman says what's happening before that cleanup is really raising some serious concerns for her, especially in the age of social media. A few weeks ago, we were at a scene, a deadly shooting off of Highway 90 and West Military Drive. That's where I met Lydia Leos. And she told me she's seen too many crime scenes where bodies are left uncovered for long periods of time. And Leos worries about families arriving and seeing their loved ones like that, and about passerbys and social media users posting those images online. Now she's calling on police to act faster to cover victims, and she's also asking influencers to show a little compassion when sharing what they see.
I feel, especially the influencers, you can do your TikTok, but blur what you're talking about. Blur the body out. Put yourself in their family's shoes.
And here's what we found out. San Antonio police say they used tarps and portable curtain fencing to cover the bodies. We've seen those in use as well, but then they tell me it really depends on the crime scene and the terrain and the weather on how they protect the body from public view and how long it takes for them to clear those crime scenes. Leo tells me she's heard from family members in the neighborhood that found out that their loved one was a crime victim from a photo that was shared on social media. So you definitely don't want to be that person. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Patty Santos. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Patty. Some developments here for all of our folks on the far northwest side. It's official. Buc-ee's is coming to Bernie with some new stipulations. After years of debate, City Council gave the green light last night, approving an updated deal with Buc-ee's, of course, the mega convenience store chain. The agreement caps the number of fueling stations at 100, limits building size, and adds a 9-acre buffer zone, plus dark sky lighting and an 8-foot security fence. Now, no 18-wheelers will be allowed except for deliveries. Leaders say that these changes address years of community concerns. Well, this is a concept straight out of a sci-fi movie that could soon be in your own child's school. This is the Campus Guardian Angel system at work. You see it right there. The Austin-based startup says that the goal here is for their drones to stop a school shooting in just 15 seconds. Now, if the system is launched, the drones are piloted out of a space up in Austin. Each one is equipped with sirens, pepper balls, and can even break a window.
These drones aren't lethal? Right. I mean, I'm gonna hit you at 60, 70 miles an hour. It's not going to kill you. It's like getting hit by a baseball bat.
Now, one Hill Country district already plans to have the drones installed on campuses tonight on the Night Beat. KSAT investigates. Daniela Ibarra explains why Bernie ISD went ahead and bought into this idea.
San Antonio Food Bank says it is ready to help, and this Saturday, November the 1st, SNAP benefits will be paused because of the government shutdown. It's going to affect more than 284,000 people in Bexar County who rely on those benefits. San Antonio Food Bank anticipates needing about 50% more food than normal and more volunteers and donors.
Yep, I'm coming more often. I have been coming more often, and now with all this that's going on, it's going to be more.
It's a little upsetting because it does help a lot for our family. I have 3 kids and a grandbaby.
And if your family relies on SNAP or any other federal benefits, you can pull out your phone right now because that QR code there is going to help you. We want to hear from you and tell you the stories and tell your stories about how the shutdown is impacting your life, whether it's housing, getting food, or health care.
All right, it's exactly 6:40, 72 degrees this morning. If you're walking out the door right now, it's warm, but things change today with a cold front, and we're watching Hurricane Melissa, Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. This is going to do a lot of damage in Jamaica. We'll give you an update coming up.
All right, taking a quick check of the roads here. Traffic looking good on the northeast side right now. We have started to clear out a lot of the activity here, but the downtown area has been very busy this morning as we continue some construction there. We're also going to check in on the northwest side in just a bit. Jeff.
And big changes could be coming to your paycheck and your health insurance. What experts say next year's costs will hit the highest in 15 years. Welcome back at 6:43. Open enrollment is back, a time when people can enroll, renew, or change the health care plans for the upcoming year.
Yeah, but you want to make sure you definitely don't want to forget that. But no matter whether you choose a health care plan through your employer or the Affordable Care Act, most will suffer some sticker shock. Maribel Gonzalez reports on what's changing and how much more coverage could cost in 2026.
Okay. If you obtain health insurance through work,
the total health cost of health benefits is going to rise by 6.5% next year, and that is the highest increase we've seen in 15 years.
Beth Umlin from the consulting firm Mercer says employees will feel it through paycheck deductions, as employers may shift more health care costs to staffers.
The same health care service and good that you bought last year is going to be higher.
A survey by KFF, a nonpartisan health policy research group, found weight loss drug use is driving up costs for some larger firms.
Many of those employers told us that their spending was higher than they expected, and that the GLP-1s was making up a big part of their prescription drug spending.
Separately, marketplace customers could see premiums more than double next year if Affordable Care Act enhanced tax credits expire.
We've been paying about $650 a month, and according to the new premiums, they would go up to about between $1,900 to $2,000 for the same plan.
Small business owner Michelle Mazer and her husband are facing tough choices.
It would either be me re-entering the workforce and shutting down my small business, or he needs to come out of retirement and go back to work.
So what can consumers do to navigate the costs?
It's kind of a joke that people typically spend less time picking out a health plan than picking out a television, but this would be a year to really focus in on all the options.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
All right, 6:45 right now on your Tuesday morning. Let's get you updated on the traffic on the northwest side of town. First time we're getting a closer look here, and there's a shot there at La Cantera Parkway over at I-10, and that's our traffic going into the interchange right there off of 1604. So traffic looking okay there. A little bit further down the road by Bandera Road, and of course Braun and Shanefield seeing a little bit of backup there for folks making their way on 1604 north if you're headed up to Helotes. All right, downtown, this is going to be our biggest concern of the morning. Northeast side is good to go. We're no major concerns there, but we have a couple different incidents right here. This is going to be on Alamo Street for all of our drivers coming in from the south side of town, King William, Southtown area, and then also an incident right here on 10 inbound into the downtown area as we deal with a lot of construction here as well. Let's check in with Alex right now on Drive Cam and see how things are looking on the near northwest side of town. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, I'm still coming down I-10 eastbound. This is near Woodlawn right here, and so far I have no crashes to report coming down from the northwest side, RJ.
Thank you very much for that update, Alex, on the northwest side.
All right, might want to get ready to pay a little bit more at the grocery store because food prices are climbing again, according to a new inflation report. It shows that grocery costs are up nearly 3% from a year ago, while holiday staples leading the charge. The biggest sticker shock, though, is that good old turkey, up about 40% from last year. But a little relief is coming into play. You got eggs and butter, actually cheaper than they were a year ago.
All right, here we go. Did you make it out to Muertos Fest this past weekend over by Hemisphere at Civic Park? This year's Muertos Fest drew in a pretty big crowd despite construction and obviously weekend weather concerns. Visitors showed up, though, honoring and showing their respect to their loved ones. The celebration honors traditional art, music, and had more than 80 ofrendas or altars. Muertos Fest is one of the largest festivals in the country, and it attracts people from all over the parts of the United States.
And get this, if you weren't able to make it out, we're going to air that special broadcast of the event tomorrow, October the 29th at 8 p.m. It's going to be filled with a lot of stories behind those altars, musical performances, and a procession, and so much more.
All right, 6:48, let's get you updated on your San Antonio Spurs, who are now 4-0 for the first time since the 2017 season. That's after last night's big win, 121-103 against the Toronto Raptors. The big man, Wemby, had 24 points and 15 rebounds. Steph Castle scored 22. Harrison Barnes chipped in 18. We saw a nice play there from Devin Vassell as well. Head coach Mitch Johnson talked about being undefeated after the game.
No. We've played good basketball. We finished a couple games, but again, there's been a lot of close games. Ball can go both ways. We got to keep getting better. But we've had some good competitive responses at times early on.
I mean, I think it's just a testament to each game's been different, but guys have found different ways to win. People have stepped up at different times, and kind of we've done it as a group. So it's been good.
Okay, well, the Spurs will host the Miami Heat Thursday night, 7:30 tip-off. Now, get this, the Spurs have never started a season 5-0, so go Spurs go this Thursday at the Frost.
All right, guys, we're going to go live to Jamaica right now. So we're starting to get some daylight there. We're seeing the surf, the rain, the winds pick up. This is just out ahead of a Category 5 massive Hurricane Melissa that is sadly poised to do quite a bit of damage on the island of Jamaica. So that is a live look right now. I want to show you a live look with the satellite as well. And when I tell you this is an extremely well-defined, very symmetrical hurricane, this is one of those hurricanes that you can just tell that this is going to go down into the record books. And that eye is nearing now the southwest coast of Jamaica. This is starting to pick up a little bit of forward speed. That will increase the storm surge too, sadly. So here over the next few hours, Jamaica is really going to take it on the chin with this one. We're going to be watching this very closely, and we'll continue to bring you some live coverage. Of course, Good Morning America will have coverage from Jamaica as well. Winds are at 175 miles per hour, just incredible. Category 5 hurricane right now. Pat takes it across Cuba as we get into tomorrow, eventually the Bahamas, and then out into the Atlantic. But this, again, is going to be one for the record books, sadly. All right, let's go outside here in San Antonio. We've got quite a bit of cloud cover, some fog, 69 in New Braunfels, 72 right now in San Antonio. Forecast calls for 75 at 10 a.m., noontime 83. We'll peak at about 2 or 3 o'clock. That's when our front arrives, and then it turns windy, gusts to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. It will be windy during the late afternoon and evening hours, and tomorrow. So an extreme fire danger on your Wednesday. We cannot emphasize this enough. It will be much cooler tomorrow, but those gusty winds will cause that fire danger to really jump up. And by Thursday morning, we're in the low 40s thanks to this front. Some places in the hill country could be in the 30s. It is going to be a much, much cooler stretch ahead. Expect low 50s tomorrow morning. We'll be 20 degrees cooler on your Wednesday. And there you see that 41 Thursday morning. A little chilly for Halloween, too, I think, with a 30% chance of some rain showing up on Saturday. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning actually has to do with hurricanes, with the idea of Melissa working through the Caribbean this morning. So which of these locations has been hit by the most Category 4 or 5 hurricanes? Is it Florida, Cuba, Bahamas, or Louisiana? What do you guys think?
I got to go with Florida.
Bahamas for me.
That's both good guesses. Florida, though, leading the way with the votes. And as usual, the viewers are right. It is Florida. Florida's been hit by 15 Category 4 or 5 hurricanes. Cuba's next. Bahamas fall right behind that. Texas is at 9, so we've seen our fair share as well.
6:51 right now, 72 outside.
We're coming up on GMSA Plus in just a few minutes. It could be the largest layoffs in Amazon history, while the company is now looking to make some cuts.
All right, welcome back. Forecast for today. We're going to start off pretty warm. Temperatures in the 70s. And in fact, we make it all the way up to 88 degrees today. But cold front comes through right around 2 or 3 o'clock. Gusty winds kick in. Temperatures start to fall. And it's going to get much cooler. In fact, we're going to shave off 20 degrees tomorrow. 68 for a high. Gusty winds. High fire danger. We start off at 52. And look at Thursday morning. 41. Some places in the hill country could be in the 30s. So fall finally arriving, RJ.
Justin, and just like that, we have got a backup on the northeast side of town, looking about a 15-20 minute delay for all of our drivers making their way through Live Oak and the Pat Booker Universal City area on 35 South. But the biggest concern is going to be right here, 35 at Alamo Street, a crash not only there, but some new round of construction taking place. We're going to break this all down for you coming up on GMSA Plus. This is going to be construction that's going to be lasting through the end of November. Jeff?
All right, coming up on GMSA Plus, parents and students at Warren High School say they're shaken and frustrated after learning that a girl showed up on campus with weapons. We got that, a look at your weather, look at your traffic coming your way in a couple minutes. KSAT.com and KSAT Plus.